This weekend, the 20th annual Survivorship Conference at the University of Minnesota is happening. It's an event that celebrates surviving cancer.
So joining us to preview this event this morning is Dr. Lucie Turcotte, the Director of Survivorship Programs at Masonic Cancer Center. Doctor, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit. So this is going on Saturday. Tell us a little bit about the conference.
Yeah, so this is an annual event that we host, and this is actually the 20th anniversary of the Survivorship Conference. It is hosted by the Masonic Cancer Center in partnership with mHealth Fairview. It is at the McNamara Center on the university campus, but there's also a virtual opportunity for people who aren't able to attend in person. And we have a variety of speakers and exhibitors, lots of resources. It's just a free event, really uplifting for the survivors just to come and get a lot of resources.
We just saw a picture of some of the speakers there. Tell us about some of the people that will be talking.
Yeah, it's a great lineup. This year we're focusing on whole person wellness, and so we're going to be opening it up with Dr. Larissa Nekliadov, who's a professor at Harvard. She is a survivorship physician and researcher and is going to be talking about wellness after cancer. We have J.C. Lippold, who's a local wellness coach. I think has been on the show here before. It's going to be talking about mindset, being present and grounded. And then we're going to be wrapping up with a closing speaker, Catherine Duncan, who is a survivor, a spirituality consultant, and she's going to be talking about strategies for living your fullest life. And so in between, we're going to have people talking about nutrition, physical activity, integrative medicine, storytelling, journaling. I think there's going to be something for everybody.
And you were saying that this is not just for cancer survivors, but maybe people who work in the industry or family members of people who've survived.
Exactly. It's for, we think about survivorship as being anybody who is diagnosed with cancer from day one. And we really want the conference to be for survivors, caregivers, family members, community members who have an interest in supporting their, people in their lives with cancer, healthcare professionals. So I think there's really opportunity for everybody to take something away.
Well, you mentioned supporting those in your life who may have had cancer. I feel like with 4 in 10 Minnesotans being diagnosed, everyone knows somebody who is facing cancer or has in the past. How did this event get started 20 years ago? Was it one person's idea of like the struggles of navigating cancer and your life after?
Yeah, it actually started from a pediatric oncologist who was in the community who was really passionate about survivorship and started it for childhood cancer survivors. And initially it was less than 100 people coming. Over the years, we've expanded to include all types of cancer, all ages. And in 2021, after the pandemic, we opened it up to being a hybrid event so that we could have people joining us virtually. And now we have over 500 people attending every year.
My wife's a cancer survivor, and I think it's hard for people who haven't gone through it and maybe have sat there through the process to maybe understand exactly what's going through their heads, having gone through that. Can you talk a little bit more about the benefits of having people who are spouses or know somebody who's survived cancer?
Yeah, I think going through a cancer diagnosis can be really isolating and scary. And so I think having the caregivers and the support people there and to learn and understand a little bit more about what the survivors are experiencing is so valuable.
And I think it's probably a really great resource for people too who maybe were just diagnosed and their team of people, their family members, to learn about the resources available.
Absolutely. I think there's so many unknowns. You walk into a situation where you aren't prepared for that diagnosis or what's to come. And then after you finish therapy, it's often kind of this feeling of what's next. And so, we really feel like we can provide a lot of education and resources and really an uplifting event for people who are going through something really scary.
There have been improvements in survivorship rates.
Absolutely.
I think people hear, I have cancer, and then automatically their mind goes somewhere. But tell us a little bit about the rates.
Yeah, I'm a pediatric oncologist, and I can say that now over 85% of childhood cancer patients can be expected to be long-term survivors. And those numbers are continuing to improve for adults as well. We're seeing really impressive rates in a number of our cancer types with the research that we're doing.
That's fantastic. Anything else that we didn't ask about that you think is important to note for this event?
Yeah, I think just emphasizing it's a free event. Everybody is welcome. It's registration is still open on the website, and for people who can't or aren't comfortable attending in person, there's a virtual option with Zoom links. And if people aren't able to attend either virtually or in person but are intrigued, we'll have all of the sessions posted on our website as well.
Fantastic. Doctor, thank you so much.
Yeah,
We appreciate
thank you so much
coming
for
in today.
having me.
If you would like to learn more about the Survivorship Conference, you can head to minnesotalive.com.